Hi guys, this is JP from FSiPanel. On that video I will show you the new procedures to import training scenarios on the advanced edition of FSiPanel for P3D. This way you will be able to select which scenario you want to try and to import, and as well to see the lesson plan before you import the scenarios. So to start with, head up to the forum, go to the FSiPanel 2020 for P3D discussions, and you will find training scenario subsections. On that section, you will see now the aircraft that are compatible with training scenarios. At the time of the recording, I have just put a new scenario for the FSLab A320. For the other aircraft, it will come very soon, in a couple of hours or days. And then you just click on your aircraft, then you find a training scenario. That first one is from San Juan to Saint Martin. When you click on it, you will get a very quick summary here of what is the training scenario about, and you have the lesson plan. So if you want to click on lesson plan, you will get here the PDF file with all the details about that lesson plan, with tips and as well flight plans. This is what you will be flying. And then if you go back into thread, you can see that you have a training scenario file. This is what you want to download. So if you download that training scenario file, you will get the following. You will get the lesson plan, which is available as well directly from the forum. You will get a README first. The README first is basically the instruction how to import your training scenario in FSiPanel. So if you watch that video, you probably don't need to read that form. And finally, you get the training scenario file, which is a .fsc. So you just extract these three files in a temporary folder, and then we will start P3D, and I will show you how to import the training scenario in FSiPanel. All right, so this training scenario is for FSLab A320, and the positioning, initial position is on Tango Juliet Sierra Juliet. We'll be using runway 08 for departure, and the initial gate is gate G9. You can see as well down below on the procedures that we need to start active sky if we want to use active sky. I have it started. Starting P3D with the correct airport at gate G9 or any other parking at the main terminal. This is because some of you will have a third-party scenario while others don't. So you can park basically anywhere in that green area as we will taxi out and go to runway 08. So once this is done, we will select the cockpit state on APU, on our Airbus. We will set the zero fuel weight and fuel as per the lesson plan. So the lesson plan is right there. We have here our weights, and finally we will start FSiPanel and import the training scenario. So let's see that. We have P3D there. So I'm going to select an FSLab A320. Here we go. Then I will select the correct airport, which is Tango Juliet Sierra Juliet, and I will put myself on gate G9 as per the lesson plan, and I will fly by day. That's good, and I click OK. All right, I see you when the simulator is ready. All right, here we are in the FSLab. As you can see, we are still initializing the computer. So as per the lesson plan, I have to go in panel state on APU. So I will go panel state, load state on APU, confirm. Now the aircraft is on APU and we still have some initialization. In the meantime, I will look at the weight that I need to set up. So if I look there, I can see that my zero fuel is 56.7 and my fuel is 5.5 tons. So we will do that now. So initialization is over. So I'll head up to the MCDU, and under the options, I can set my fuel, 5,500. If you are using pound, you can see the figures on the lesson plan. And finally, the payload is 56.7 tons. This is done. Now we are ready to import a training scenario. Nothing else to do in the cockpit. I don't program anything. So I will go back to FSiPanel. Now we'll start FSiPanel and we will import the training scenario. All right, here we are in FSiPanel. You can see that the right airport has been detected, the right runway. If it's not the right runway, you may change it or not. It will not change anything. and we have the correct aircraft, the FSLab A320. So now we are able to import the training scenario. So to do that, you will take the FSC file that is included in the zip file we just downloaded, and you drag and drop it in FSiPanel main window. When you do that, you will get these options. Do you want to add the scenario to your database? If you click on yes, then you get the confirmation that the scenario has been added to your database. So from now on, what I need to do is just go select fix scenario, and as you can see, I have a new scenario, hydraulic malfunction. From there, I can read the instruction notes if needed, but I have them as well on my hard disk, and I can start my training. So now if I click on start training, we end up in the cockpit. The first thing that FSiPanel will do, as always, if you have active sky running, is to set the correct weather for active sky. This is why we have to wait around 20 seconds for the weather to be set. QNH might change, and this is the reason why we need to wait around 20 seconds. After those 20 seconds, FSiPanel will start setting everything. You can see the cockpit now will be set, preparing your cockpit. We have 5,000 feet initial altitude, and now we will see the MCDU programmation done for you with the departure, arrival, and the whole flight plan to Saint Martin. So here, this is all done automatically on that scenario. You can see that process right now. Now the performance. So if you change the weight, if you're not flying with FSiPanel lessons plan weight, make sure you check your performance. Right, once you get that first ATC instructions, this is where you can basically act with your cockpit if you want to do something. Do not interact with the cockpit while FSiPanel is doing the job. Right now you can just acknowledge the clearance, and you can see that we are in a ready for start procedure. We are ready to start our engine. The flight plan is set. Everything is done. We just need to close the door and do the before start and do our pushback and fly that training scenario. That is how to import a training scenario in your database. Let me show you now. If you want to delete later on that scenario, you can go back to FSiPanel. You can go back to your scenarios, select the training scenario 35 that you've completed, and hit delete key. You will get a confirmation that you want to delete scenario number 35. You click on yes, and your training scenario is gone. Right, the other options that I will show you now is if you want to try the training scenario before you actually import it. So therefore, you will just give it a try, and if later on you want to have it in your database, you're free to import it. So to do that, it's about the same procedure. You just drag and drop the file, but this time, instead of saying yes to import it, you just say no. And when you say no, you can see that training scenario is in front of you with the instruction. If you click instructions, you get to the instruction. And if you click on start scenario, then the scenario will start exactly the same process as if the scenario was coming from your database. Alright guys, I hope you liked that video. If you have any question or comment, please drop it on the comment sections below. And as always, stay safe and see you soon for another video. Bye bye.